Got your back against the wall, no, you know you never had a chance. Should've known better, now you better make other players. There's no going back, gotta let you know in advance. This is game squad.
So what's up, YouTube? We're here at the ARG State Championship at Get There Games. We're here with Tito, and he's going to be showing his deck profile. So what'd you play?
I play Shaddoll artifacts.
Okay, and just get right into the deck profile.
So start off with my favorite monster of the deck is Shaddoll Hedgehog. It's double Shaddoll Squamata, double Shaddoll Beast, double Shaddoll Falco, and double Shaddoll Dragon. So a total of 10 Shaddoll monsters. The artifact part of the deck is double artifact Scythe, one artifact Morotech, double artifact Ecotech, total of 5 artifacts. Then we have the mix-ins, which is the 3 mathematicians, which is pretty much like the best monster to have in the deck. It initializes all of the Shaddoll monster effects. It also combos with the next card, Felice the Lightspeed Nurture. It's a really good combo against Kolofs. Really good combos against like any rogue decks that want to sit on their cards and don't expect the Black Rose coming. One card Black Rose has never been a bad thing to do anyway, so it sounds pretty good to me. And then the champion of champions, Blackluster Soldier. I seriously think Konami needs to ban this card, but hey, the longer it stays off the ban list, the better for me.
Yeah.
So I just keep winning duels with this card. That's the monster lineup. It's a total of 20 monsters. The spell lineup is standard, Trip Shaddoll Fusion, Trip Artifact Ignition, double El Shaddoll Fusion. This is one of the newer cards that I put in the deck after South Carolina, because I was told it was a lot better than I was playing Neff Shaddoll Fusion at South Carolina. It did a pretty good performance, but I found myself like not being able to like summon a Shaddoll monster sometimes and not being able to use it, or like my opponent would have like Wing Blast and MSTs, and then it would just like ruin my day. So when I was told about, not really told about this card, but when this card was suggested as an alternative to play, I put it into thought and I was like, hey, why not? Let's test it out. So I've been testing it out for like the past 2 days, and Dark Law has been really proven to be like that strong of a monster to play. Shout outs to Gaitan for convincing me to finally put it in my deck, but shout outs to my friend Chris for actually telling me to play it. It's double MST. It's a Quiloff, meta, so you have to have these cards to get rid of these scouts. Scouts are way too powerful, and like once a scout resolves more than one time against Shaddolls, it's really hard for us to come back, because we can't use our free Shaddoll fusions, and like having to go neg on special summoning fusion monsters for them just to bump heads with them is kind of like minus. And then the one of staples, the one Foolish Burial, pretty self-explanatory. The unfair one Soul Charge that pretty much gives you anything and everything you want as a Shaddoll player. The one Regeki and the one Snatcher Steel. After further talking with Gaitan today, I'm probably going to end up siding Regeki and maybe siding the Snatcher Steel, because he explained that it lowers the deck count, but there are also cards that you only want to see against certain matchups and aren't that useful against others. So I might end up listening to his advice and see how it happens, how it works. Because I plan on playing this deck through and through. I'm not going to change this. There's not going to be no.
This is your deck?
It's not my favorite deck, but it's the deck that I have the most like belief in. Because to me, like I love playing decks that have little to no ceilings. And I believe this is the only deck in the meta right now that can literally on decision make any play they want.
Okay.
Like all other decks have, the linear, like summon Tour Guide, make Dante, or activate Scout, either complete the scales to special summon, or like summon Sacrifice. The standard plays, summon Deneb, set back rows. This is the only deck that where you open your 5 cards, you never know what you're going to be able to do, but you can always manipulate what you're going to do, because it's kind of like a control deck.
Okay.
It's a little bit of control, aggressive, and it's like to me it has no ceiling, and I just love that. And then the trap lineup goes into the 3 Sinister Shadow games. It's possibly my favorite trap card in the deck, because I can manipulate my artifacts if I draw them with dragons at the end phase, and then like it gives me the +3 with the sending the beast, flipping the Falco. Like there's so many good plays. It nets me the Shaddoll fusion if I have Hedgehog in my hand when I need it, and it just like it's slow as hell, but it basically makes the whole deck go off. Then it's the Trip Artifact Sanctum. It's the greatest card against Statellers and Burning Abyss. Like Scythe just puts a stop to all their plays, and then you just proceed to like go off. And then the double Shaddoll core.
And you found 2 necessary of the Shaddoll core?
I like 2 because you get to loop them with El Shaddoll Fusion. Like the first one gets you back to El Shaddoll. Like the play is usually Shaddoll Fusion for free, sending the Skomada and a light type to bring out the construct. You send the Shaddoll Fusion and the El Shaddoll Fusion to net you the El Shaddoll Fusion back. Declare an attack with the construct. If it goes through directly, that's 28 damage. And then you get the El Shaddoll Fusion for another construct. The construct nets you the Shaddoll, the core from the graveyard, and the construct on board sends the second Shaddoll core from the deck to the graveyard to net you the El Shaddoll Fusion. Then you just set them both, and now you have, you know, a Shikanaga on their turn, a Winda on their turn, or the third construct on their turn to like pop a back row, draw a card instead of Falco. Like it gives you too much at 2. But I might test it without it just to see how the 40 card build works, because this is 44.
Okay.
It's a 44 card deck. So like Gaitan has been trying to like push it into my head to play 40, but like I think I'm comfortable with the number with 44 because it prevents you from drawing like these cards that by themselves don't do anything a lot often, and you know, since you go through the deck enough, like the 44 turns into like 32 by the end of turn 1 most of the time. So like the 44 really doesn't bother.
Okay.
And then we're gonna go to the extra deck. Pretty standard Shaddoll extra deck. The 3 constructs, 2 windows, and 1 Shikanaga. And it's the 2 Dark Walls. The 1 Arcanite Magician, Black Rose Dragon. This has to be by far my favorite card in the extra deck, Michael. Even though he cost me 2 games today, but I'll forgive you. It's okay. The 1 Leo. And then the Exceeds are Durando, Pleiades, and Volcasaurus.
Okay. Anything that you feel in this explanation? Anything you found that was special about it?
Besides adding the Dark Walls to the extra deck, it's pretty standard. Like if you guys know artifact builds, you know that cards like these are necessary because you have to be able to overlay your artifacts. This card is by far probably the better of the 3 because a lot of people don't really know what it does, and sometimes you just catch people by surprise. Like the shuffle hand effect, this one effect that it has that most people overlook, and it ends up winning you the game sometimes. Because like against BAs, if they end phase search a tour guide to try to win the game, you could just during the end phase detach this to have them shuffle back the tour guide, and now they have to try to top deck the tour guide to get in a better position. And it's like it 9 times out of 10 usually puts in all of the work. But you know, there's always the Pleiades that also does the kind of like the same thing. But other than like those cards to explain, I mean everything else is pretty self-explanatory.
Okay, so we'll just move on to the side.
The side deck is 2 Artifact Lancias. I sided these because I don't really know what the Infernoid matchup is looking like versus Shaddoll's. So like it's one of those cards that I could just like, if I draw it or if I have it in the background, I can manipulate my artifacts. I can just tribute it and they're forced to end their turn because they can't make any of their plays. They can't remove any cards from play, so they won't be able to summon any of their Infernoid cards. But it's also good against like Dark Law. Like I can end phase tribute it to negate Dark Law from banishing the cards, and El Shaddoll Fusion for value. But other than that, I can't really name other matchups that it possibly could be good against. It's a test side deck card, and it might end up changing if I find something better. I said like 1 Dark Hole. This is for mostly the Majesty Fiends, the Diamonds, all those cards that like if they have on board, I can't really beat. 2 Defusions, self-explanatory against the mirror match and like the Dark Lords and all the hero stuff that's coming out. Trip Breakthrough Skill. Monster Negation is like not crucial, but against certain matchups it is. Like being able to negate a Trevere from bouncing your cards, being able to negate tour guides and not letting them flash BA monsters, being able to negate Virgils, being able to negate Dark Laws is pretty good. So like I steer to playing 3 of these because like there's just certain problematic cards that you have to be able to negate. Majesty Fiends, Vanity Fiends, those are all cards that, you know, the effects need to be gated for Shaddolls to actually be playable. Then it's triple Fairy Wind, self-explanatory for the Quill-Off matchups. I also sided against the Tellers to hit the dead Call of the Haunted, Dead Oasis, the Dead Phoenix Chain, so that they won't be able to bounce it with Trevere and loop them. I said that 2 Mirror Forces. Shoutouts to Philip Miranda for this. I'm gonna thank you forever. It's mostly against the Quill-Off matchup to prevent me from dying, but I do side against other matchups because it helps against the Fiends It does help against diamonds, and it does help against like Dark Laws and all these OTKs. I sided against a hero player today, and he got blown up for 4 cards. It was a Dweller, a Blade Armor Ninja, a Dark Law, and an Alias.
So that one card literally just won you the game, probably right
literally
there.
put me in the driver's seat of the game. So it's like, there's probably other alternatives that are probably a lot better than Mirror Force, but until I find it, this is going to be my go-to card. And then it's 2 Vanity's Emptiness.
Okay.
It's basically against the rogue matchups, side them in against the mirror match, and all this other extra stuff.
And overall, how was your side deck? And
I didn't get to side deck the Lancias at all. So it's like maybe these cards can change for something, because I really thought like Infernoids were going to get like hype after South Carolina. But it seems like, you know, Volcanics took the hype light of the fire deck. So they're probably going to come out for like something more useful. And depending on how the Necklock matchup is, I'm probably going to have to side deck stuff against that deck too, so this is probably going to be my first contender out of the side deck.
Okay.
But other than that, everything else in the side deck worked beautifully. Maybe I'll probably end up taking 1 breakthrough skill out because I think 3 is a little bit too much. But that's probably about it.
Okay, so any last minute things you want to say, any shout outs?
I definitely want to give a shout out to my teammates, Team Ice Cream. I do everything I do for you guys to get us out there. Give a shout out to my locals, Truly Urban. Give a shout out to this man, Joseph, wherever he is. He's trying to do a wonderful thing for the community, and you know, I love it. It's bringing some light back into the Yu-Gi-Oh. Shout outs to all the people that topped. Congratulations.
Congrats to you.
Yeah, thanks. And I just hope I can get a lot more of these.
Yeah, so hope to see you again at another top of these. And thanks to Deck Profile.
No problem. Thank you.
Bye.
Please stay connected with me by adding me on all my social networks on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. Just copy the link into your search bar and add. Thank you.